I find that if I'm doing more and more of the correct things and I'm following his information because he is correct and he knows what he's talking about, and I just trust him with my life, that things are healing and correcting. Just be empowered by it and excited about knowing the truth and being able to take care of yourself the absolute proper way. Because I will assure you, this is the absolute final truth. You don't have to search anymore or read any more books. That's what I've found. And this information is super high. You know, it comes from a high place. So he basically set aside or just any of the serious things because he scanned me and there's like nothing going on with my gallbladder or my pancreas or my like intestines twisting, you know. And with the pancreas it would be like pancreatitis or just something blockage in my gallbladder, and he basically, you know, took all those out of the equation. He chalked it down to just being my nerves. You know, when I get migraines, on occasion I'll throw up, and he said, you know, not many people who get migraines throw up. He said, so you're just like a throw-up kind of girl. Like the same nerve that affects you throwing up when you have a migraine is the same nerve that this is being affected. But it's crazy just because I've never had this in my life where I just keep throwing up. That's what he chalked it down to, is just that it's nerves. Basically, it's like, okay, just you're healing, you're on the mend. And that's what I was left with. So it's just like, okay, I guess it's just going to get better. But then literally after talking that day, my low back started hurting way more. Like, it's terrible right now. I can hardly do anything. And, like, every time I throw up, my dad, like, seems like he's, like, panicking. Like, he just, even though I told him it's my nerves, it's, like, just not enough information. That doesn't mean anything to him because he doesn't understand, you know? And even me, like, I get it, but, like, I can't just keep going about this. Like, I need more support. I need more understanding. I know you're dealing with all the hurricane stuff. You may not even get a chance to check this message, but my back feels like it's getting worse. Again, the last few days, it's been my lower back kind of lightened up a little, and it's been more my upper, like mid and upper back, mostly the right side under the right shoulder blade. I don't know if it's the spine or just one of the ribs. It just felt like structural. I've been saying this whole time, it doesn't feel like nerve pain, it just feels structural. No, sleeping in general is not a problem. It's just that my body hurts. Like, when I lay down in a position, if I fall asleep with my elbow bent or right on my shoulder because I sleep on my sides, you know, I wake up, like, wanting to scream and cry. The pain is so hard. It's like sleeping on your arm all night and you get, like, a dead arm feeling. It's kind of like that, but worse. It feels like the bones are breaking or something, and then it happens, too, on my back, like down the side or something. So I can fall asleep easily. It's like I always slept well, and I can still sleep well, but it's just laying in one position for a whole hour really, really begins to kill. So that's what wakes me up.
She had a couple chiropractors come to the house, and they said it was the vagus nerve.
Vagus nerve.
Okay.
Why were chiropractors coming to the house?
'Cause
Well, she couldn't get out of the house. She
Why?
basically, well, because she didn't want to move because she was concerned
she couldn't get in the car. She
further
couldn't walk
injuring her
around.
back.
How was she 6 months? I mean, a year ago, was she walking?
Yes.
Did you work?
Perfectly fine.
So up until June of 2017, you were normal.
Yep.
Since then, you've been having a lot of issues.
Yep.
Yeah.
And from yoga or Pilates.
What's that?
She thinks that,
From yoga or Pilates.
she thinks
I
that
was told that I had in my low back. I was told that I had a couple different vertebrae out.
Who told you all this?
Well, to be honest, I work for a medium.
For who?
medium and
What is he?
full medium.
Which is what?
He thinks that
More
spirits
like
talk to him.
And she had an MRI of her back?
X-ray.
Not an MRI.
No.
What's going on with your back?
We don't know.
You've been having pain in your back?
Yeah, but according to everything, medical meeting was telling me, he said that it will heal because it was viral.
It's not viral, so I'm not certain of what anybody's been telling her. You've been having pain in your back for how long?
Since June.
Yeah.
So low back pain since
But
June.
it got bad in July.
Got bad in July.
Immobile because,
Immobile. So you've been immobile for all these months now?
oh yeah, she's been in bed all.
So you've been in bed for since July?
Yep.
Why?
Because she's concerned about moving.
Where was she living? She's recently been living in New Jersey?
She
Pennsylvania.
was living in Pennsylvania
Okay.
all summer,
Until
but
when?
just the past few weeks,
Around,
It was-
I guess, right after my.
The past few weeks, what?
she moved to New
Why?
Jersey in her brother's house because I'm her mom to take care of her, and her
My
father,
dad has taken
her
care of
father
me
was
at my house.
solely taking care of her in Pennsylvania. He had to do half days of work.
She get an MRI?
Well,
Can she?
Yeah.
If
With
the-
contrast?
Without contrast. So nobody's evaluated what's going on at her back.
no,
Who's been treating this back problem?
just she had chiropractors coming to the house. She had,
Treated by chiropractors at her house.
yeah, she had,
couldn't
she
leave.
had massage people coming to the house.
Let me explain to you at least what I see, okay, in a report. They talk about a pathological fracture, a moderate L5 compression fracture concerning for pathological disease,
What is that?
meaning that a fracture that's caused by something else, like if she were to have breast cancer or whatever cancer, and it's eroding the bone, okay? And that's why, I mean, I don't know, look, I'm
Right.
just trying to get information here. The only way to know is to get additional imaging studies, CAT
You're gonna have
scan.
to get things.
That's fine.
Okay.
You know,
he
it's,
said without contrast.
well, I'm not worried with a CT scan and an MRI of her back, but if she's 37 and has a pathological fracture of L5 and can't walk, okay?
That tells you something
Right.
right there.
I mean, the question is, why is it taking 6 months, 5
Because
months?
she was listening to this William.
Who is this?
William.
And what does he do?
It's like actually what's better to call him is a. Just can't think of the word right now.
That's okay, it doesn't matter.
He told me that my body is transforming since I've been here, my health and everything has gotten a lot better, he said, just since I've been here. So it's pretty cool to know.
You're dealing with the shingles virus, tried and true, like 100%. I mean, that's the virus that flared up your disc, everything else. I mean, the disc that stayed flared up after you injured it. And then you got sensitive nervous system laying down, plus your nerves are sensitive anyway from the shingles virus. Vagus nerve is going to be extra sensitive because of the shingles virus. The blood work was to just check sodium levels from vomiting so much. You vomit that much every single day, your system starts to get way out of whack. So it was just to check the basic white count because you're viral, sodium levels, and all that. You could have some bacteria, but nothing crazy. I mean, you probably have a little touch of H. pylori in your system, little touch of H. pylori, which adds to it. But it's not the main problem. You got the shingles causing all the nerves to flare up, and you're laying in bed a lot, and then you're sensitive. You're a sensitive person to begin with, the migraines, the vomiting, so that's how it all comes together. And your vagus nerves being totally affected by all of it, everything and all of it. I get it. I mean, I had the spasms where I, couldn't even, when they come, and I couldn't even, I couldn't sit up, Yeah, I couldn't sit up. It was just so bad. Spasm days are usually like this, where they don't last. Okay, here's the deal. Maybe it won't last like this. So you just have a day of spasms. I had a day of spasms. Sometimes 2 on and off. But it would be more like a day. So it doesn't have to always be like this. We just got to kind of hang there and ride this out. Same thing I said was, God, this is horrible. Meanwhile, then I was dealing with the spasms. You're laying on your back on the bed. Keep that right leg out and straight. But that's what I did. Same disc, same spot, same right leg. Same right side. Yeah, I'm bringing it up to let you know that there is hope because I am walking around, and most likely with you. I got better and put it behind me. I'm with you, man. I'm with you, okay? And I love you a lot, and you know that. And I'll send you some light and some energy. I'll throw some energy in there from the source and keep some energy going over there, okay? And some light, all right? I went through every bit of this. There's not one thing I didn't go through with this so far that you're going through. Went through every bit of it.
We might have to have a doctor come to the house tomorrow and do blood work. But I'm just thinking, first of all, that freaks me out. Blood work I don't like to do, right? And then a regular doctor, coming to my house, first of all, who does that? Who would even be able to come? I know there's doctors that can do that, but what is blood work going to tell? What is that going to tell us? He already sees everything. I just don't get what the point of it is. Maybe it's just a security thing on his end, he's got to tell people to do these regular things. But I don't see how there's any answers in that at all. The doctor's just going to be like, how long have you been dealing with this? 3 weeks you've been throwing up, or 4 weeks on and off? And you haven't gone to the doctor? And you need to go to the hospital. How long has your back been bothering you? You know what I mean? I just feel like it's literally like a trap. It's just going to get me I'm going to fall into the rabbit hole, I was like, I don't really need to do any tests, right? I can just heal on my own at home. And he basically said, yeah, it's not going to get you anywhere with the MRI, and they're just going to see what he sees, and then what? They're going to want to do another test and put me on IVs in the hospital. It's all that shit's going to make me go downhill fast.
Even though it's a slip disc keeping you from getting up, they could start getting all crazy, and it's normal for every family to just be scared. So I know it's a lumbar disc, and it's not the lowest one at the bottom. I think it's the second one above the lowest one, but yeah.
Hey, it's Steph. I just been thinking about you a lot, and I thought, let me reach out and say hello and let you know, I'm just grateful for all your prayers you've been sending my way. I really appreciate that. It means so much, every single prayer, especially from specific people like yourself, so thank you. I just thought I'd reach out since I never responded to this message and give you a bit of an update. So still dealing with all this breast cancer crap, and my back recently, they wanted to do this surgery on my back, or more like a procedure on my back. And the day that they were going to do it, they canceled it because they saw that I had a UTI. And it kept me from getting the surgery, and literally, within a week or two after that, it had to have been something like that timeline. All my pain has pretty much gone away, and it's super mild now, and I am hoping that this is showing me that it's healed, that it's not just calmed down, So I thought that was good news to share with you. They have me on some new, breast cancer medication that a side effect is getting a blood transfusion, so I had to do that yesterday, which I did not really wasn't happy about that. But it's done and over with, and today I do feel better, and that's why I have the energy. I talked to her today, and wanted to check in with you, since I had a little more energy. Usually I have no energy to get in touch with anybody at all, or even respond or return a message, or let alone making a phone call. This kind of feels like somewhere in between. So I hope you're doing well. How are you? Yeah, I hope well, and if you're surviving the heat down there, and I'm sure you guys are. And I guess that's enough to say for now. Okay, I just wanted to let you know that I love you, and thank you for everything. I hope if I heal and everything goes well, which I'm really praying every day that I'm going to heal, that I get to see you guys again.
Steph, you're gonna get better. You know, I'm with you, man. I'm with you, okay? And I love you a lot.
It's just such an amazing gift that you want to take it serious, because what we don't have time to waste, you know. We have such a short life here and time here, and we want to enjoy our time here and not have to go through any kind of suffering. So I'm just so, like, obviously, you know, I'm, like, super passionate about the information and just so grateful to have it to share with people. Because, trust me, I've been skeptical of different things, plenty of things in my life, and you just want to protect yourself. That's what it comes down to, you know. You just want to be protected, and you're afraid to let your guard down and show that you were too vulnerable and that you were taken advantage of.